Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a video that was requested. Actually, I think it was maybe a month ago or two. It was how to overcome self-doubt in school. So school can be a really tough place, to be honest. People come in with all sorts of academic abilities and you're all like pushed together and you can feel quite alone in your academic ability or the academic ability of other people compared to yours. Now, I struggle with self-doubt, not in the case of some subjects. However, it is always an issue that I think probably everyone struggles with. It's always hard to be fully confident in yourself. But I do struggle, especially in maths, with, if the teacher's going around asking questions they want you to answer, and I don't want to get the answer wrong. So I doubt that I've got it right, and I go, don't ask me any questions because I probably got them wrong. And also, I'll get into this later, but what doesn't help is, when the teacher goes round and you've got every single question right, and the one they ask you is the one you get wrong. Really annoys me because that's one of my least favorite things in life. Absolutely hate that. But yeah, this video is going to be talking about how to overcome self-doubt in school. This is an ongoing process that I'm going through too. I'm going to be using these steps so that I can overcome some of my self-doubt and have more confidence in myself. Hope you enjoy. So number one is believe in yourself. No, I'm not saying just don't doubt yourself, because that's like saying I'm sad and someone says be happy. Thanks, what a great idea. I can't believe I never thought of that. No, what I'm saying is you have to convince yourself that you can do it. So rather than the whole concept of believing in yourself, you have to convince yourself to believe in yourself, kind of thing. The more times you tell yourself that you can do it, the more real that becomes. If you know what I mean? For example, if I said to myself, I am going to get all the maths questions right today in my homework, for example. So I do the homework and I concentrate really hard and I'm going to need to get all the questions right. I get some wrong. It's hard to get all the questions right in a maths homework. And then the next day I say to myself, on the way home from school, I'm going to get all the questions right today. And then when I get home, I'm going to say, I'm going to get all the questions right in this homework. Then before I do it, I'm going to say, I'm going to get all the questions right in this homework, and keep throughout the entire homework, I'm saying, I'm going to get all these questions right. I'm probably going to get more right because I'm going to be concentrating on getting the questions right. But the only downside to this is you don't want to be concentrating on remembering to say to yourself, I'm going to get all the math questions right. There's a balance there. But the more you say to yourself, I'm going to get this right, or I'm going to do this, or I'm going to be more confident, or I am right, or, well, obviously you can't be 100% sure that you're right, but you can say, I believe in myself, I am more confident, I know I can do it, the better, or the more confidence you have in yourself. So I've got a bit of apple stuck in my teeth, that's why I'm all the time. Anyway, yeah, so don't believe in yourself. You got to convince yourself to believe in yourself, which is kind of what I'm trying to say here. So the second point is set small, achievable goals. For example, the more goals you accomplish, you can begin to doubt yourself less. For example, if your self-doubt is, I have so much to do and I can't do it. If you set yourself smaller goals and every time you complete them, you feel so much better about yourself and can move on to the next one. It's kind of like the beating procrastination in school and beating procrastination in homework and revision kind of thing. It's the same method. The more you get things done, the more you have the power to go on and do more. If you try to do all your homeworks in the day you get them, that for a whole year, that's obviously a really difficult and unsustainable goal, because obviously you can't do all the homework the day you get them. For example, I got a biology homework on Monday, which was due on Friday. I did not have any time to do it on Monday, so I did it on Tuesday. But if you try and set yourself a goal to do all the homeworks you get in a day on that day for 1 week, and you can complete that, then you feel much better than giving up in a whole year. Obviously, if you do it for the full year, you're going to feel a lot better than doing it for 1 week. But that's very unsustainable. You can't promise yourself you're going to do that, if you know what I mean. It's kind of impossible to say, I'm definitely going to do this. Well, obviously you can promise yourself, but you're going to break that promise really easily. Your tasks or your small achievable goals have to be extremely short term but hard enough so that whenever you accomplish them, you feel like you've accomplished something. So short term, faster paced, and easier than long term. So you get that satisfaction, which is I did refer to a lot in my beating procrastination video. Oh, I just kicked some paper. This video is this new angle as well. I'm like, my surroundings are a bit different, so I'm like whacking everything. But yeah, set small achievable goals that you know you can complete, or you at least have to try to complete. But when you complete them, that you're like, yes, I can do this. That bit of self doubt is gone. If you're like an untidy person, setting goal to tidy your room like once a month, or not even tidy your room, but more like maybe slightly organize your room a bit every month, and then your room is overall tidier constantly. For example, I like to keep my room tidy, but sometimes I just don't have that time with all the schoolwork. It is relatively tidy at the minute, but yeah. Short term goals, self doubt, gone, hopefully. If you know what I mean. Tip number 3, answer and ask questions in class. I am awful for this. I hate asking questions in class. I can't bring myself to do it. There's nothing I can really say about that. I find it really difficult to ask questions in class, and I hate volunteering to answer questions in class as well, because I'm like, I don't want to get it wrong in front of the class. In maths the other day, I got a question drastically wrong in front of the class. It was completely wrong. And it's a class of like 20 people, and they're like, Jude can't do maths. And I'm just like, got that question wrong. And the thing is, I had got every other question right in that exercise, which really annoyed me, because obviously the one question you get asked is the one you're going to get wrong. It's just the way it happens. I'm trying harder to answer more questions in maths this year. Like, really, I'm trying. In further maths, I have to answer questions because there's only 7 of us in the class, which means that I have to answer questions. There's only 6 other people that can answer the questions, or the teacher, I suppose. But the thing is, you have to kind of convince yourself, this is the same as the first point, don't be worried to get things wrong, because everyone makes mistakes. Yes, you may be the one that looks like a complete idiot whenever you get the question completely wrong, but at least you answered the question. There's probably other people in that room who got the answer right but didn't want to answer, or even got the answer wrong but were glad they weren't picked. And if you think, like, there were people who did, like, not laugh, but like, you know what I mean, not the laughing noise, but like the noise that indicates their disapproval kind of thing, whatever that is. People did do that whenever I got the answer completely wrong in maths, but I just kind of have learned to block it out. I don't care. At this point, I don't care about what anyone else thinks about me. I'm just like trying to get through 60. But yeah, I don't care what other people think about me, or at least I try not to. It is a massive like life killer, caring too much about what other people think, which is why I think it's really important to just like let that go, and not worry about making mistakes, because everyone does make them. Someone else probably could have even made the same mistake as you, and I was glad that you're the one that answered that question wrong in the same way they did, which means that the teacher will probably explain it, or they'll just say, no, that's wrong, and go on to the next one. But yeah, don't be worried to make mistakes, because everyone makes them. And at some point, like, in one class, there's bound to be at least 3 questions that are answered incorrectly. And if you happen to be one of them, so be it. Everyone will get something wrong at some point. Everyone does obviously get loads of things wrong. Just try not to think about it whenever you are the person who gets it wrong in class. This one's a bit strange. Notice number 4. It's work hard. Now, obviously, that's like, work hard? Why? How is this going to help me overcome self-doubt if I work hard? You see, if you work hard, you do better. That's kind of the line. Whenever you work hard, you do better. Whenever you do better, you feel better about yourself. You feel better about your own capabilities, and you feel better about how you can do. So, the harder you work, the better you do, the better you feel about your abilities in yourself, and then you begin to doubt yourself less and less and less. For example, I can't really use myself in maths as an example, but maths is a good example of this. If you go into maths and you're finding it really difficult, I do find some of the further math stuff difficult, but like, or if you go into maths and you're finding it really difficult and you don't do any work, you're going to be going, I still find this difficult, I still find this difficult. You're not working hard, you're not getting the rewards because you're not trying. However, if you go into maths thinking this is really hard and you work so hard at maths, like so hard, that whenever you go into the exam, you do really well, you're going to feel so much better about yourself and you're going to feel so much better about you and your abilities in maths. And then your self-doubt will kind of diminish slightly in that, which is the aim. So the harder you work, the better you feel about your own capabilities, which leads to decrease in self-doubt and an increase in, what's the opposite of self-doubt? I've completely forgotten from earlier. Oh, what was it? Wow, this is embarrassing. Self-doubt, believing in yourself, that's it. Yeah, you'll believe more in yourself. It's not like an opposite, but yeah. Self-undoubt, no, but you'll believe in yourself more. Number 5, be prepared to wait. It will take time. Don't expect it to be an overnight process. It's not an overnight process by any stretch of the imagination. It's an extremely gradual process that if you kind of combine the previous 4 points, you can diminish self-doubt as much as possible. Yeah, I'm not saying it will be easy at all, because I find I still have self-doubt issues. I don't fully believe in myself, but the more time you put into trying to make yourself believe in yourself more, the more time you put into diminishing your self-doubt, the less self-doubt you'll have, the more you'll believe in yourself. But it takes so much time to be able to completely change that mindset. There are some people who don't care about getting answers wrong. They just go in and they go, I know in myself that I can do it, so I don't care what other people think of me. I don't care how other people view me. I don't care if I get something wrong because I know I can do it in some cases. That's the mindset you want, but it's not the mindset really anyone has. It is a really difficult mindset to get yourself into. So you just need to spend time. You need to leave it, well, not leave it, but actively leave it, if you know what I mean, and just wait. But actively wait, not actively leave it. Actively wait, and eventually you can get there. I'm on my journey to decreasing my self-doubt and believing in myself a lot more. Yeah, it takes time. Thank you so much for watching this video on how to overcome self-doubt. I hope this benefits you. I hope that if you do struggle with self-doubt, and even if you don't want to admit you do, you probably do in some extent, sorry. Here's the news. You probably do. I do it. I know a lot of people who do struggle with this. You just need to work at it. I'll be working at it over this year, next year, and probably, to be honest, my whole life. Most people will be, but we can overcome the self-doubt as much as we can, especially in the school and learning environment. And I'll see you on the next video. But before we do, if you did enjoy this video, like the video, please. It just gives me an indication of how well people do actually like my videos, and hit the subscribe button. It just really helps me to know that I'm doing a good job with this channel. I'm helping more and more people. The more people who subscribe, the more people I know I'm definitely helping, and it means a lot. Thank you, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.